In the professional world, there is a silent gap between being a skilled expert and a trusted advisor. Many professionals believe that their technical results will speak for themselves.
That is a common misunderstanding, Elena. While results are important, the way you frame those results in a conversation determines how much influence you truly have.
Exactly. If your communication only focuses on how to do the work, you stay in the execution layer. To move upward, your language must focus on why the work matters for the overall mission.
Today, at Business English for Success, we are moving beyond basic phrases. We are exploring 5 unique frameworks to help you communicate with a professional presence that naturally builds trust and authority.
These strategies are designed for global professionals who want to lead with clarity and elegance.
Today, at Business English for Success, we are moving beyond basic phrases. We are exploring 5 unique frameworks to help you communicate with a professional presence that naturally builds trust and authority.
These strategies are designed for global professionals who want to lead with clarity and elegance.
If you work in corporate environments, client-facing roles, or international teams, this lesson is for you.
By the end of this video, you will know how to navigate complex discussions with ease. Let's start with our first scenario, shifting from execution to consultation.
Imagine a scenario where a long-term partner asks for a sudden change in a project's direction. Instead of simply saying, "We will try our best," or "That is too difficult," a strategic professional invites the partner to evaluate the impact on quality and resources.
This approach shows that you are not just a service provider, you are a guardian of the project's success. Let's look at how to handle this with sophistication.
Elena, we've decided to move the launch date forward by 2 weeks. Can your team accelerate the final review process to accommodate this?
I appreciate the desire for an earlier launch, David. While we can certainly prioritize the timeline, I believe we should first evaluate how this acceleration might impact our quality assurance standards. Shall we discuss a way that optimizes the schedule without compromising the project's integrity?
Notice the balance Elena maintained. She used the phrase, "I appreciate the desire," to show alignment, but she didn't immediately say yes.
This is about strategic alignment. By mentioning quality assurance standards and project integrity, I am protecting the outcome. This positioning transforms you from someone who focuses on execution into a trusted strategic consultant who ensures the best possible result for everyone involved. It's a very civil and professional way to establish boundaries.
Now, let's practice this refined tone. Please repeat after me. Keep your voice calm and professional.
I appreciate the desire for an earlier launch.
Good. Notice the emphasis on appreciate. Now the pivot. While we can certainly prioritize the timeline.
Excellent. Finally, the strategic suggestion. Shall we discuss a way to optimize the schedule?
Fantastic work. You are using language that values both speed and excellence.
The key phrase here is without compromising the project's integrity. It is a powerful yet polite way to say that quality is your top priority.
We would love to learn from your experience. When was the last time a project's timeline changed unexpectedly? How did you respond? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Managing a project's direction is one part of authority, but how do you handle your own success?
Many people feel awkward when they receive a major compliment in a public meeting. In our next scenario, we will look at how to accept praise in a way that actually strengthens your entire team's reputation. This is what we call the inclusive leader. Let's move to scenario 2. Imagine you are in a town hall meeting or a call with a major client. The director singles you out and says, "Great work on that market analysis. It was the key to our success."
Many professionals either get shy and say, "It was nothing," or they take all the credit for themselves. A true leader uses this moment to amplify the team's value while reinforcing their own role as a coordinator. This builds executive presence through humility and confidence.
Elena, I wanted to personally thank you for the delivery of the Q1 report. Your insights on market misalignment saved us a significant amount of resources. Truly impressive work.
I sincerely appreciate the recognition, David. It was a collective effort, and I'm particularly proud of how the team navigated the initial inconsistencies in the data to deliver this result. My role was simply to ensure our strategic objectives remained the priority throughout the process.
That is exactly the kind of leadership we value here. Your ability to keep the team aligned under pressure is noted.
In this dialogue, I used the multiplier technique. By saying it was a collective effort, I show that I am a secure leader who doesn't need to hide the team's hard work.
Precisely, and by adding, my role was to ensure strategic objectives remained the priority, Elena defines her value not as a task doer, but as a strategic supervisor. This creates a professional image of someone who is ready for higher management.
Now let's master these high-level phrases. I will read a sentence, and I want you to repeat after me with a confident and calm tone. It was a collective effort, and I'm particularly proud of how the team navigated the initial roadblocks. Please repeat after me.
It was a collective effort, and I'm particularly proud of how the team navigated the initial roadblocks.
Excellent. You sound very professional. Now let's try the second sentence to define your leadership role. Repeat after me. My role was simply to ensure our strategic objectives remained the priority.
My role was simply to ensure our strategic objectives remained the priority.
Perfect intonation. You are showing both humility and authority.
The key phrase here is, it was a collective effort. It signals to everyone that you are a team-first leader, which is a key trait of the executive level.
Think about your current team. If you were praised today, which specific colleague's contribution would you highlight? Write your multiplier response in the comments.
Accepting praise with grace is a sign of maturity. But what happens when the pressure is on and a partner makes a request that is simply not feasible?
That is where most people lose their composure. In our next scenario, we will master the reverse inquiry, a technique to handle difficult demands without ever saying a blunt no.
We have all been there. A client or a senior executive asks for a massive project to be finished in half the time, without extra budget.
If you say no, you look uncooperative. If you say yes, you risk the project's integrity. The reverse inquiry allows you to put the responsibility of decision-making back on the requester, making them your partner in solving the problem.
Elena, I know we agreed on a 6-week timeline, but the board wants the full implementation by next Friday. We need to make this happen.
I understand that speed is the current priority, David. However, given our commitment to high-quality standards and the current resource allocation, which part of the agreed-upon scope would you recommend we deprioritize to meet this new deadline?
I see. We can't really cut the quality checks. Perhaps we can just focus on the core modules first and move the rest to Phase 2.
That sounds like a more sustainable approach. I will draft a revised plan that ensures we maintain our standards while hitting that early milestone.
This is a masterclass in professional boundaries. Elena didn't argue. She used the phrase, which part would you recommend we deprioritize?
Exactly. By asking this, I am gently reminding David that resources are finite. It encourages the other person to recognize that a strategic shift may be required if the timeline changes. You are not being difficult. You are being a responsible steward of the company's work. Let's practice these boundary-setting phrases. I will read, then David will demonstrate the tone, and then it is your turn to repeat after me. Sentence 1. I understand that speed is the priority, but which part of the scope should we deprioritize? Please repeat after me.
I understand that speed is the priority, but which part of the scope should we deprioritize?
Very good. Keep your voice neutral, not angry, just analytical. Now, the second sentence. I will draft a revised plan that ensures we maintain our standards. Repeat after me.
I will draft a revised plan that ensures we maintain our standards.
Brilliant. You are standing your ground with total elegance.
The power phrase to remember is, which part would you recommend we deprioritize? It stops you from being the person who says no and makes you the person who finds a way.
Have you ever felt pressured to say yes to an impossible deadline? How would this question have changed that conversation? Tell us your story in the comments.
We've handled strategic pivots and difficult demands, but what about the moments outside the office?
Networking events can be the most intimidating place for global professionals. In Scenario 4, we will learn the high-level bridge, how to connect two powerful people so that you become the most memorable person in the room.
You are at an industry summit. You find yourself standing between two highly influential figures, perhaps a potential investor and a senior technology expert.
Most people feel intimidated and stay silent, or they introduce them with just their names. But a super connector adds a strategic reason for them to talk. This positions you as someone with a high-value network and the intelligence to spot opportunities for others. Mr. David, I'd like you to meet Elena. She is currently leading the AI transition at Global Logistics.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Elena.
And Elena, David has been a pioneer in sustainable finance for over a decade. I felt your current project on green algorithms would be a great point of shared interest, given David's focus on ESG investments this year.
That is incredibly observant of you, Elena. Actually, we were just looking for a logistics partner with an AI-driven approach to sustainability.
I am glad to hear that. I will let you both explore that further, but I'm certain there is significant professional alignment here.
This is a sophisticated move. Elena didn't just introduce people, she provided a contextual hook. By mentioning green algorithms and ESG investments, she demonstrated that she understands their specific professional goals.
Precisely. When you create value for two powerful people by connecting them, you naturally strengthen your professional credibility in their eyes. You become the bridge. This is how you build a reputation for social intelligence without being loud or boastful. Let's practice the art of the strategic introduction. I will read the lead sentence, and I want you to repeat after me. Sentence 1. I felt your current project would be a great point of shared interest. Please repeat after me.
I felt your current project would be a great point of shared interest.
Excellent. Your tone is very warm and professional. Now, let's try the closing phrase. Repeat after me. I'm certain there is significant professional alignment here.
I'm certain there is significant professional alignment here.
Perfect. You are sounding like a confident executive.
The power phrase here is a great point of shared interest. It transforms a random meeting into a purposeful connection.
If you had to introduce your mentor to a new colleague today, what shared interest would you highlight? Share your introduction in the comments so we can refine it together.
Networking is about building bridges, but what about the boardrooms? Sometimes meetings can become messy and lose focus.
Nothing wastes more resources than an unguided discussion. In our final scenario, we will master the role of the guardian of time, how to stop a circular argument and bring the group back to the strategic objective.
You are 45 minutes into a 1-hour meeting. Two colleagues are arguing over a minor detail that doesn't impact the final outcome. Everyone is frustrated, but no one is speaking up.
This is your chance to show leadership presence. By intervening respectfully to save time, you demonstrate that you value efficiency and results over ego. You become the person who clears the path for the final decision.
But I still believe the font size on the secondary pages should be slightly larger for accessibility, even if it delays the print by a day.
I think we've explored the specific point quite thoroughly, David. However, in the interest of time and our primary objective today, which is finalizing the launch budget, perhaps we can take this detail offline.
You're right, Elena. We are getting sidetracked. Let's move back to the budget.
Thank you. Let's refocus on the final decision regarding the Q3 allocation so we can conclude this session on schedule.
Notice how Elena intervened. She didn't say, "You are wasting time." Instead, she used the phrase, "in the interest of time and our primary objective."
This is a respectful intervention. By mentioning the primary objective, I am reminding everyone why we are in the room. This positions me as a protector of efficiency. It shows I have the maturity to manage a group dynamic without being aggressive. Now let's practice how to redirect a meeting. Follow my lead and repeat after me. Sentence 1. Perhaps we can take this specific detail offline and refocus on the final decision. Please repeat after me.
Perhaps we can take this specific detail offline and refocus on the final decision?
Very clean and professional. Now let's practice the concluding phrase. Repeat after me. Let's refocus so we can conclude this session on schedule.
Let's refocus so we can conclude this session on schedule.
Well done. You are taking control of the room with total grace.
The golden phrase here is take this specific detail offline. It is the most polite way in business English to say, stop talking about this now.
What is the biggest time waster you've experienced in a meeting? How would you use this phrase to fix it? Let us know in the comments.
We have covered 5 powerful ways to reposition yourself as a leader, but how do you make sure these lessons stick?
Coming up next, we will recap the 5 mindsets of subtle authority. And as promised, I will finally reveal the power silence technique, one of the most effective ways to strengthen your professional presence. Stay with us. We have traveled through 5 significant scenarios today. David, if you had to summarize the core shift we've discussed, what would it be?
It is the shift from doing to leading. We've learned that your value isn't just in your technical output, but in your ability to maintain quality, manage time, and connect people strategically.
Exactly. Let's quickly recap our 5 mindsets. Number 1, the strategic advisor. Don't just answer, pivot to the big picture. Number 2, the multiplier. Accept praise by elevating your team. Number 3, the reverse inquiry. Handle difficult demands by sharing the responsibility. Number 4, the high-level bridge. Build authority by connecting others. Number 5, the guardian of time. Protect efficiency to show leadership.
These frameworks are your roadmap to executive presence. But as we promised at the beginning, there is one final secret to mastering authority in any room. Elena, are you ready to reveal the power silence?
I am. The power silence is the ability to stop talking after you have made a significant point or asked a strategic question.
Most people feel uncomfortable with silence, so they keep talking and eventually weaken their own position.
Precisely. When you ask a question like, which part of the scope should we deprioritize, you must stop. Let the silence do the work. It shows you are comfortable with your authority, and it gives the other person space to think more carefully. In many professional settings, silence can be one of the strongest signals of confidence.
That is a powerful lesson to end on. Remember, business English is not just about vocabulary. It is about the strategic intent behind your words.
Thank you for joining us today at Business English for Success. If you found these strategies helpful for your career advancement, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join our global community of professionals.
We're curious, which of the 5 scenarios will you practice first this week? Let us know in the comments below. We truly appreciate reading your comments.
In our next video, we will dive into another essential topic, mastering the art of diplomatic disagreement, how to say no to your seniors without losing their trust.
You won't want to miss that. Until next time, keep practicing, keep leading, and keep succeeding.
Goodbye for now. See you in the next video.